Hi, this is Christian, and so I'm going to walk you through how to create these assignments. Now, all these are very similar in that you're only using the write or the print statements to print these out to the console. Now, it is a little bit misleading in the instructions to say that you should write, compile, and test a class. Okay, we're not doing any testing here. When we hear the term test, it's in a different context. But all it is, it just means to run the application. And I believe these instructions are based on using a command terminal to run these by yourself. And we're not going to do that in this assignment. So you can write your code, and the compile and test part, or in this case, it'll happen instantaneously in the IDE itself. So you don't have to run that separately. So let's just say that number 8 here is to create this output, right? So all these are just X's to build these tables and chairs. And so you just basically write out, each line using a print statement, okay, to kind of match that in there. Okay, so I'm going to use IntelliJ to do that. So when you start IntelliJ, you may already have your assignments opened like this, and usually, you want to put all your Unit 1 assignments in one project like this. And then inside here, you're going to have like different project or classes or files. Or you may start from this state like that. Okay, so either way, if you are from here, then you can create a new project by clicking here. If you are in this state, and usually you will be in this state if you forgot or if you don't close your project like I did here. If you just close your program, then when you come back, you're going to come right back here. And so to create a new project, you can go directly from here as well, File, and then New Project. Okay, so let's go click that, and it should take you to the same screen. Okay, and then choose Java. The SDK should be here. If not, again, just make sure you install, download, or have the correct version here. Skip all of these. Skip the next screen also, and just go to the last one. And this is where you have your class names. So I'm going to save where do you save your project in this location? And you can, you know, just manually type it in here if you want to. Or you can go to the browser, browse, and then navigate to where you want to save your project. You can create new folders if you want to, and then select that and come back out here. And so for this assignment, I'm going to put here chapter 1 instead of unit 1. So it's chapter 1, and click finish, and then just say yes, and it should reload. It asks me to either use the current window, I already have one instance running, or I can run a new one. So you can have both or two of the windows running at the same time. So for this one, I'm just going to go and replace this window here and close the current window. Okay, so here we are. Now I have the folder here already, and then in the SRC folder, I'm going to create that assignment. And it says the file name is going to be called tableandchairs.java. Okay, so table and chairs. So here, I'm going to say right click and then create a class. Okay, so notice in the assignment, you're going to have a couple of them. So you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 files. So you can put all these files in the same space, in the same unit or chapter assignment. You don't have to create a new project for this or a new project for this. You don't have to do that. Okay. So in here then, I'm going to create the first class called table and chairs. And you don't have to put a .java because it will automatically create that for you. So just put the name of that class. Now, again, if I just do this, it's going to put that inside the SRC folder. So you could just do that. It's in here. And for your assignments for now, that's fine. But I usually like you to create a package and put it inside that package. Okay, so By that I mean like you can create a new folder in here, a new directory or package, and you can call it, what do we call this? This is number 7, so exercise 7, for example, or 8 actually, 8, right? And you can drag that inside there, such as a refactor. And it's going to add this package name for you. So now you have your exercise 8 here, and the next time if you do number 9, you can just do this new class, and then type the folder first, so exercise 9, and then dot whatever that is. So let's see, 9 says triangle, right? That's this one down here. So I can go and say exercise 9 dot triangle, and now you see it creates this folder directly and automatically for me. Okay, so then back in here to table and shares, then you are presented with this class, and because each of these is a separate program, so you're going to need the main method. So to create the main method, in here you just type the word main, and then your IntelliSense should tell you a main function. You can just, hit enter or click on it, double click on it, and this should be created for you. Okay, so every class that you need, if that class is the main entry to your program, you must have this method here. It's exactly same as this. Okay, and then this is where you write your code. Okay, so we're doing very simple, just outputting data to the console. Now, when you run this application, to run it, you just basically click on this green play button here, either here or here, doesn't matter which one, and select the file name you want to run, which is this file name here. Okay, so if I click on the play, you see that this is run table and shares.main, and it's referring to this main function here. If I do here, it's the same thing. Okay. Okay, so now when you run this application, if I run it, it's going to open a terminal window down the bottom here after it's finished building it. And you have the terminal output, the run output here. So here, in between here is the result. Now nothing is running here, so you don't see anything. Okay, so what I just did was when I click the play button, what it does, it compiles the code through, as you can see, it's building down here, and then it runs it, and it shows the output here. Okay, that's what I mean when it says compile and test. You compile the code, and when you test it, the code is generated inside this out folder, which did not exist before. Okay, after you run it, then this file will be created for you, and the inside here is where you have your output. Now it has a name called .class. Okay, so after you compile, the IDE will generate this class here so that you can run, and then once you run, you see the result down here. Okay, so now then you just have to basically write the statements out system dot out dot print line, and then here you just have to kind of eyeball it. So axis, and the chair will be something like this, something like that. I'm just guessing right now, but we'll fix it. So this is the top of that chair, the back of the chair, right? And then somewhere down the middle, I'm going to have the table. And so you can just copy this again. You can copy Control C and Control V to paste it down here. Okay, and then or you can just do a Control D where your cursor is on this line highlighted, or however many lines you want to duplicate to copy, then you can just press Control D to duplicate that line for you. And then now, if I go back to the output, it looks like I have 3 axes here. On the third axis, X, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for the tabletop. And the X on the other end. Okay, so that's all you do really. So I have here and then how many spaces? I can't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then just push this back up. I need more spaces. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 axis, 1 space. Okay, so 5 axis, 1 space. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 axis, 1 space. And then 1 space, and then 5 axis. Okay, so now I can have a better way to align my chairs. And then next line, you can write it again. Again, the shortcut here is SOUT, Control, Spacebar, and then hit Enter. Or you just, again, just type in SOUT and just hit Enter. Shorter, so you can type a little bit faster, or you can manually type this out. And then here will be X here, and then for the leg. Actually, I did it wrong, right? The table should have been a little bit higher. Yeah, I did it wrong. Let's go back. It should be like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Space, and then space. And then the table leg. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this should not be here. Something like that, I think. And then do it again. X here for the chairs. And then go. And this should be the same, so you can duplicate that line a few times until you get the result. And I think that's pretty close, right? 2 here, and then 3 here, and then 3 at the top. Okay, so I think that's what I have. And then just save this, and then run it. So run it, and hopefully it's what you see down here. So if I expand this, you see this is the result here, right? That's the chair and my table. Okay, so once you have all set up, if it's I think that's correct. Yeah, then that is the result of that screen, and then just take a screenshot of this. Then when you want to turn this in, you can close this now. So save everything here, and then when you turn these in, you can just basically copy this src folder and then zip that and hand that in. And if you don't know where this file is, it's right here. This is your location. Or the quickest way to get there is just do a right click on the src folder and select Show in Explorer. Okay, it will open your folder directory. And it should be up somewhere. I don't see it. For some reason, it didn't work on me. Yeah, so it should open up your folder. There you go. I did it twice. And then this is the file that you want to zip and submit. So if you open that, you see your exercise in here, right? So exercise 8, this is the one. Once you do number 9, will also be here, and then so on. So just right click on that, and then just say send it to compress, and then that's it. So just submit this for your assignment once you complete all the assignments. Okay, so I hope this is helpful and hope it clarifies a lot of your questions. And if you still have questions, please again send me email and see how you can, if you can complete the other assignments. Oh, one more thing here before I close this. The last one here. Okay, this is just asking you to use comments. Okay, how to put a comment in your code. And there are 3 ways to comment code in Java. And so comment means just do something like this. So you can put anywhere in your code is outside here, and the space here, or inside your program here to put your comment. So for example, I can put something up here. This is called a document comment, Java doc. So it takes the / and 2 stars. Okay, if you hit enter, you see that there is a comment. This is called a Java document, and you can put some information here about. This is very common, right, for comment for coding, documenting your code. So you can say a class to create table and chairs, something like that. And then here is another comment. This is a single line comment. You can with the two forward slashes. You can say main entry to the Java program, something like that. Okay, and then here you have a different method to have what's called a multi-line comment by using the forward slash and 1 star. And then if you can see that I have, and you close it with a star slash again, and here you can put multiple lines, right? The following statements um, create, so you can see a table and 2 chairs. So you can see this is a multi-line. Here is a single line. If I hit enter, the comment ends there, right? This is no longer a comment. If you do that again, you can just add another comment again, and then you have a second comment here. Okay, so you can do a Java doc, single line comment, or multi-line comment. And these comments will be ignored by the browser, by the system. So when you compile and you run, you'll see that, oops, I pressed the wrong button. You see that these comments will be ignored. It's just for you to see and for other developers to see what's going on inside your code. Okay, so that's what it means for number 10. All right, so again, let me know if you have any questions.